Yes guys, welcome to the YouTube channel. Remember to hit like and subscribe. So today's episode, I've got Ryan Booth with me. So Ryan is one of our $1 million agents. He's making 50, 60, 70,000 pound plus every month. And it's really a good insight just to have a chat with him now and see what he's been doing, how he's got here in such a short period of time. Remember, we've only been in Dubai just over a year in business. I've been here just a year and a half. First half of the year, I was just setting the fucking thing up. So Ryan, if you want to give a bit of an introduction of really who you are, where you were a few years ago, and just kind of we'll go from there.
Yeah, so obviously Ryan, originally from the UK, used to live Manchester area, moved down to London for work just because I like earning money, and obviously the money down London's a lot better, so I've always just tried chasing wherever the money is. Yeah. I used to be a little bit in the property game back in the day, so I've had a bit of an insight. I was in the construction game. Yeah. So I had a bit of a feel for how houses work and being involved with tenancies and all the rest of it. So for me, it's always something I've been interested in, but it was just the property market in the UK is just not the best. So for me, I thought, where's the next best place where I can actually go and kind of follow your dreams? Yeah. Saved a lot of money up. Obviously made the move over to Dubai.
When did you come over to Dubai?
So I came over, it was June. I properly moved over in June 2023. Yeah. So it was like a year and a half ago. Nice. Came over, moved into a corporate company. It was a big company, which I thought, yeah, big company. They've got a lot of backing and stuff, but it's not always the bigger companies that are the best. Yeah. Went to that company, was working in rentals. We get allocated which area we can go in, which I was allocated the marina, which I thought was a good area, but it's just very oversaturated, especially in the rental game. We're not allowed to do
small money and it's high volume,
small money, small volume, £500 here, £1,000 there for me. So I don't want to be earning £500, £1,000 a go. It's obviously not what I've come here for. I want to come here and obviously make something of myself. So yeah, I come over, I was in rentals, didn't really like it, I didn't think real estate was for me just because...
So when you were in rentals, right, because there's some people that are going to be agents listening to this, what was your day like? Because you had to didn't you have to leave the office, do an appointment,
it was
get in traffic, get up the lift, back and all that sort of stuff?
Honestly, so...
How was that day for you?
I'll tell
what
you
was a day?
A day in the life of Ryan, so I'll tell you a little bit about it. So... Obviously, I live in JVC. It's a predominantly British area. A lot of British live here. It's good value for money. A lot of my friends live around there, so I just thought that was the best place to live. Yeah. Traffic's quite bad in Dubai, as you know. They're building there's a lot of infrastructure, so a lot of that's going to be cut out in the near future. Just building and building. So for me, I'm happy there. My office that I was working in was down in Business Bay, so you're talking 40 minutes in the morning with traffic. That's just your traffic in the morning. So 40 minutes driving to work. Make sure you've got everything. Getting dressed up every single morning to go down to an office. So you're setting off getting up at 6:30, 7 o'clock. If you're in the gym, obviously a little bit earlier.
So you haven't really got time to get in the gym properly,
Not really, no, because obviously you've got to get into the office for 8:30, wanting to get set up and stuff. I was always one of them people to get in the office early. I wanted to get up and set up and have a coffee and whatever and get my day started. So obviously starting hours 8:45. I 8 o'clock I used to get in before everyone else set up. Start attacking it straight away. Get on top of my whatever I needed to do that day.
So how many appointments for these tenants were you doing in a day or in a week or whatever?
It all varied, to be honest, because a lot of them you do. This is another thing as well. You get a lot of messes.
Oh, I can imagine.
A lot of inquiries and not very serious people, which when you're dealing with very little money.
Well, it's the lowest common denominator. You've got people who are just maybe dipping their toe. Other real estate agents looking.
It's literally as if they've got nothing else better to do than ring you up and ask to go on a viewing on something they've not got any interest in in renting it, or they've not got the money for it, and then you start asking them questions to qualify, which I always used to do because I thought my time is precious. Time is money at the end of the day, and if I'm going in that office, I'm driving 40 minutes, I've started prospecting, I've got a nip out for a viewing at 11 o'clock or whatever, so I'm driving to the office, it's taking me 40 minutes, I'm getting set up for an hour every time I've had an hour. You're not really getting started. Of course. And then you've got to jump out on a viewing, you've got to set off an hour before because you've got to go back down in the car park, go down the lift, get your car, you're in traffic. Taking you 40 minutes to get down there, you've got to find parking, get in, get set up before you go on the viewing. So that's an hour just getting down there. You could be waiting around for the clients.
So you could do 3-4 hours of driving for 2-3 viewings.
Easily.
Literally.
And it's I'm driving to the marina and then I'm then getting called up and say, you've got to be back in the office. Back in the office for what? Back in the office for what? I'll go and work in the area where I'm working because people are down there. People that I'm dealing with are actually down there. These are the people that I live in. They can see that I'm an agent, or I'm stuck in there with hundreds of agents doing the same thing, not getting anywhere. So for me, it was I was a bit confused as
why
is this real estate? Is this actually what real estate is?
I think the thing for me is, right, I've seen it, okay, so I come to Dubai with a very, very specific game plan. That was to analyse the competition, explore the weaknesses, and then expand within those weaknesses. So the weaknesses are very, very simple for me. The corporate structures and the massive structures, and by the way, there's a lot of them. There's even some that are like 50, 60 agents deep, which isn't the biggest company in the world, but they're still operating like these big corporate structures. They think that's a model that works. It doesn't work very well. It works for the ones that have dominated it and been here for 10 years or 15 years or whatever. But for the actual companies that aren't really, they don't have that grip on the market, telling someone or a load of agents, oh, you can only work in that boxed off little area, you've got to come back to the office, you've got to check in, you've got to then go back out for the viewing, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. It's like, that is not real estate for me, because real estate is largely a networking and people game. Now, all of the stuff I say, by the way, comes with a massive amount of responsibility. So we've got rid of people in the company, haven't we?
Yeah,
because they don't understand the responsibility. So what they're doing is they're going, oh, this is great. I can go and do a viewing in that area, park up in the coffee shop, do some work. And actually what they do is they go to 5 and they go and get pissed, and then they don't come into work, or they don't do the work in the morning and all this. That's not what we operate. It's not like go and have a free holiday on us and do a bit of real estate along the way. You've got to work and do what is required, but we're helping you work in a more effective way where you can network with people, mix with people, do business. We've got an office. We're opening a 5,500 square foot office, but that doesn't mean that people have got to be in there 10, 12, 15 hours a day. What that means is we'll do prospecting call outs there. We'll have meetings there. We'll have a base for people who are new to learn the industry and basically have a core group so that we can get the best out of them. But for people like Ryan, who everyone's going to want to get to that level, these are people that are earning 40, 50, 60, this month, £70,000 net income this month. You don't need to say to someone like that, be in at this time and you can go at that time. He knows what he's got to do and he knows where he's got to do it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's like exactly what Ty was saying. It's like, I do not need to be in the office. Like, we had a chat when we first met. The reason I met Ty is obviously through his videos and his content, which obviously social media is very powerful. I had a chat with him. I like the way he came across and whatever. I had a chat with him, told him kind of how I wanted to work and how I thought real estate should work and how I work as a person, because not everyone works the same at the end of the day. Like, I do not work well in office environments. I need to be out. I need to be meeting people. That's my strong point. This is where this is how I'm making my money. I go out there and network with people, and I'm well liked. So it's like, it's exactly what it says.
Crazy to put you in a cage. Isn't it?
That's it. It's like your network's your net worth, and it's exactly that. Like, I'm out there networking and know so many people, and it's like, now it's coming. Your referral this, your referral that. Starting to deal with a lot of high net worth people.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think networking means hanging around with loads of other real estate agents?
No. I don't. There's obviously a certain amount of real estate agents that you've got to be around.
Some of them are all right.
You've got to be around a few different people. Like, obviously, you've got to be like, there's a winner's circle. There's always some people that you've got to be around to strive off and learn from, and there's always room for improvement in real estate. Definitely, like, I've learned off a lot of people, like people in my team. I've learned off from. I've got to.
I think if you've got a nucleus of people that you're in real estate and you're bringing value to the circle, that's different. But what about? I mean, I'll give you an example. I think me and my friend James is just off the camera there. We were in February 30 one day. I'll never forget it. And there was a load of these agents sat around a table, right? And it was Friday about 5 o'clock. And we just popped by because we've been in a beach club. And I could see, right, because I'm very good at profiling, right? And I could profile everyone in that circle. And they were all beginner agents. They were all kind of probably lettings agents, not been in Dubai for 6 months or a year or whatever it might be. And certainly didn't give off a vibe that they were very successful agents. But they were all sat around in a table of about 12 to 15 of them. And I could hear them talking a bit about real estate and this and that. And they were just doing shots, and they were doing drinking games, holding the phone up and doing the thing where you have to, guess the word and do the shots and all this sort of stuff. And I just thought to myself, my God, you do not understand what slippery of a slope you are on right now. Because now you are you're not making any money. You're at the beginning of your career, and your chosen time, it's not even early. It's not even late, it's 5 p.m. You do not finish work at 5 p.m. if you're making no money.
No way.
You carry on working it until you're making money. Not, oh, it's 5 o'clock, I finished work. When did you finish? You're on no salary, you absolute fucking moron. You're on no salary, you haven't finished work. I remember another one. a lady started with us, and she was 2 weeks into the job, right? And we were coming up to Eid, right? We're coming up to Ramadan.
Oh, when do I get holidays?
And she said, have we got Ramadan off on holiday or Eid off on holiday? And I said, holiday from what? You haven't done anything. You're not even working. You're not even doing any business. What do you mean holiday? You're on 0 salary and you're on commission only.
Yeah.
You've been on holiday every day up until this point because you're not where you want to be in your career. And for me, that's the difference in mindset, because when I go on, let's call it a holiday, like I've just booked 4 days, right? I've been strong-armed into it by the missus, but you know, I've booked 4 days into the one and only, right? Because I need to relax, I need to unwind, because my brain is 100 miles an hour all the time. But the thing is that I have to be wrestled into a holiday, like, and I don't mean like what you're talking about, working where you want, traveling and all that sort of stuff. I'm talking about actually switching off. People want to break from it all the time.
Yeah.
And for me, I know one day into that little break, I'll be on my phone, I'll be on calls, I'll be doing this, because that's just ingrained in my soul. I have to do work, I have to achieve, I have to do what I need to do. And funny enough, that goes everywhere with you, doesn't it?
Yeah,
when you went to Zanzibar, you were doing the cool things.
Literally.
You were doing deals.
I was making sure things were getting done on that holiday. It was like, for me, I was obviously traveling solo. Everyone was like, oh, you're doing this, you're doing that. Yeah, I'm doing that, but you're not seeing what I'm doing at 1 o'clock in the morning when I'm still closing deals. When I'm over there, I'm sat on my laptop. Yeah, I've been diving.
I think you did like 3-4 deals when you were out there.
Yeah, well, I was out there, and it's like, I'm still doing stuff wherever I am in the world.
Because your work doesn't leave you, does it?
No, it doesn't leave me. Literally, I'm on a plane. I was on the plane, and like, I'm working on the plane. I'm getting all my content prepped up, getting everything cropped. I'm literally doing every single minute of the day. There is something that I've got to do. And it's like, yeah, I like enjoying myself. I like going out. I like doing all the nice things that everyone else likes doing. I like going to beach clubs. So like, if I want to go out for a drink or I want to do this and that. But I do not. I know I can't go and do that every weekend. Like, I'd love to go and do it, but at the end of the day, I'm building a brand. I'm building a name out here. For me, it's like, these are the most important months and years of your life.
Of course.
Like, a couple of years, for example, the next 2-3 years, I'm going to be that built up here, and I'm going to be earning that much money. I can sit back, I can relax, I'll have investments, I can do I'll have a select few people that I'm working with, like all the high net worth people, all my friends that I've bought in. I will be dealing with them, and I won't even need any more clients. I'll have built that much of an empire for myself. I know I won't need to, and it's already coming. Like, I'm not far off it now.
No, I can see it. Like, I think the journey's been one of my favourite journeys I've seen from anyone, because I remember the conversation, like you said, when we met. I remember like you just saying, you know, that you know what you're capable of. You know that you've had a cage put on you, you've had reins put on you, and if you can get them lifted and be taught to fine tune it, to become a machine at the networking, the social media, all the aspects of developing your skills in real estate, closing deals, learning the off-plan market, all these different things, you will become a fucking machine. And now you have, and you are becoming.
It was not even a year before we had that conversation. We're looking back at it now,
and crazy.
I'm laughing about it. I'm thinking,
absolutely crazy.
I could see the vision in my head. I knew what I needed to do. In my head, I knew exactly what I needed to do, and I visioned all this. I dreamt it. Do you know what I mean? I thought, I know in this time next year when I get going. It wasn't even a month before I closed my first deal there. No, my first sale was like, well, it was 4. I did 4 that first.
Because I remember I was sat somewhere, and the phone was ringing from you, and I was thinking, obviously we knew each other, I didn't know you that well, so I was thinking, oh God, here we go, what's going on here? And he's ringing me up, and he's like, guess what? And I was like, what? He goes, first 3 deals done. I was like, wow. He's asked.
Well, it was in the same week, because I was in a beach club, weren't I? I was in a beach club down here on West Beach, so I thought, I'll go out, I'll relax. I'd just come back from the UK that day.
That's right,
and I landed down, that was my first deal. I rang him, Tyron, the first deal's done, and then it was only a few, that was on, I think, the Monday or the Tuesday when I got back, if I remember rightly.
So I think, like, for me, just to finish up, like, for someone who's in real estate now, out in Dubai, or they're thinking of getting in real estate, maybe, because one thing I'll add to as well is I don't like people who are thinking about getting into real estate. I don't like that. If you want to do real estate, then you have got to dive off the fucking high dive. You can't dip your toe in the water and check the temperature. You've got to go straight in, and it's got to consume your life until the results are fucking rolling in. But what is your advice to someone who is potentially not being very successful out here so far, or is thinking of getting into real estate, or wants to get into real estate?
So for me, it's like, I have a lot of people reach out to me because they can see me doing well now. They know exactly where I've come from. Like, I've always worked hard, but it's like, this is another type of working hard. Like, I'm up I start work sometimes 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. I struggle. I love the gym. I struggle to get in the gym sometimes. It's like sometimes you have to sacrifice some things. I'm up till 1, 2 in the morning.
How important is the learning and the self-development?
The learning and the self-development is the most important thing. Like personal brand. There's a lot of stuff involved in it, and if you slip through the net with a couple of things, you are not going to make it. You're not going to make it. That is one thing everyone's like. For me, I didn't like doing social media.
No, you hated it.
I hated it. For me, I got nervous, probably the same as everybody else. But that is what makes me.
Yeah, because he does videos now and he's just talking. I remember like the first video and he's standing, his arms would be straight, and he'd be like, "Hi, my name's Ryan." But it just goes, doesn't it? It's like with anything.
It's learning.
It's not comfortable.
No,
it's not supposed to be comfortable.
Yeah, you need to get out of your comfort zone. So that's a big thing. Obviously, training. We do multiple training sessions a week. Master classes.
And it's irritating when you see like that there are people like who. You know, and our business is not perfect because no business is in real estate. You're always going to get the bottom end of the business where people can't be bothered to go on the training sessions, don't turn up for the meetings, aren't taking it seriously, not going to the developer briefings, not doing their social media content, not doing their personal brand, all these different things. But these are the components you must do. These are the plates you have to spin to be successful in the industry. And I think a lot of people think it's just a bit of a walk in the park. They've watched Selling Sunset and that's it.
They honestly think it's easy. They've come over, I've had a few people come over and they've said to me, oh yeah, like, I think it's good what you're doing, you're earning decent money, I'm earning decent money, but you are not seeing half of what goes into this. I am grafting.
Not even 90% of it, I think.
They don't see anything, they see all the glitz and the glam, the nice post, sale here, sale there. They just think it comes easy. There's a lot more work involved than what they think.
It's so true. And I think just to finish on that, there's a saying that always stuck with me. And it was that it takes years and years of work to become an overnight success. And that is the epitome of real estate, is that you've got to go through the trenches, you've got to make the calls, get the knockbacks, learn, be involved in a subject that you know nothing about, be taught things by someone who's earning a fuck ton more money than you are, just so you can understand what they understand, so that you can go and implement it and still get knocked back and still get better at it and still do it. It's like, it's a horrible, rocky, choppy road. But when you get it and when you understand that you have to put in the systems, you have to work harder than you've ever worked in your life before. You've got to want it. That's the other thing. You've got to have a big fucking reason why. Because what's your reason why you get up out of bed that early and you don't stop working until deals are done?
I need to be successful. Like I'm not settling for piddling around and having a bit of cash and getting by. That's not me as a person. I've never been that person to just get by. Do you know what I mean? I want big things. I want nice luxury cars. I want houses all over the place. I want like obviously when I get a family and stuff, I want to provide. I need to provide.
So he's looking for a family. So ladies,
are
you
single man Brazil yourself?
He sounded like him as well then. So yeah, look, amazing. Thanks a lot, Ryan. I think personally it's been massively inspiring for me to watch it and be involved in it. It's been an absolute honour and a pleasure as well, because what I love is seeing someone absorb the information, take it, put their own spin on it and fucking smash it. And that's what it's about. So, you know, real estate for me, it's one of the hardest industries in the world, but it's one of the best industries in the world. There's a reason that only a percentage of people make serious money. Just because you've got Instagram in your bio doesn't make you a real estate agent. So thanks again, Ryan. Appreciate it, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thanks
Top
again.
man.
Cheers, man.
Like and subscribe. Let's grow this channel a bit more. I need more.